Okay, so this is should be evidence to support that which I shouldn't even ask for evidence in support of, which basically we resonate and elections only take place on chromatic resonating fields. You need a ball earth model and a symbol for conductivity, like Peter at the gate, right? That's what the field goal, right? Is put Peter at the gate, the gates of heaven, right? Uh, when you that's the score, and when people don't get to unwind after working, right? They need some, you know what I mean? Then for a long time, then when they do it outside of the place that they used to be able to patronize, then they have a degenerate form of celebration. And it's like almost one time the crowd from the Freaknik and Daytona Beach and all that stuff almost spilled over into the Fabulous Four bowl games, which would be symbol of like the what's it called, the solar phallic dish that's in the what's that gland that men get cancer and we have to check, prostate gland, the prostate gland, which before that onks the semen, which is the spirit up through your kundalini, which is your spine. Because everybody should have a position. It's like it kind of models that. You know what I mean? Like it's a kung fu is about balance and standing on a square and maintaining your balance while people try to knock you off your position. Um, so, because the solar phallic energy has to pass through the indoor, right, of the heart chakra and up to the crown, and they have to you have to balance these waves. You have to have all these waves working for you, like they're it's frequency. And when you're raising the vibratory frequency, that's there's there's no particle. There's only space and vibration. When you break down the particle to smaller and smaller size, you have to start using ball earth models, right? You have to start using models, or like the twin snakes twisted and tangled together, right? Flying up to the top chakra, then you fucking free with the wings symboling you're getting free. That's like, but you would die, right? Because you're basically a couple of things happened since the fall of man. The head shrunk down, the brain shrunk, and the head shrunk down. So it would kill you to raise your vibration too much, because it would require more space in the back of your head, right? Which is nation, right? They used to call me nation because I had a big bean head in the back, and your spine atrophied and became uh, intestinal tract, which that's the result of a radioactive event, a Nukaki blast that blew the four corners of the four corners of the pyramids are like exploded out. You know what I mean? A little bit, because this shit is deeper than, like, why there's no burn marks on the top of the places in the pyramids that were inside. They were painting and chiseling and doing all this work. And there was no like residue. It's because they had something like a giant orgone dispensing blue light thing that was like it was like they dragged it in like in a rope, you know, like it kind of looks like those things on the beach that you find the kelp, you know, and it's like a light bulb. It's like a sperm. Sperm is the spirit, and into the duat and out of duality, right? So, and even we found all of our pantheisms from the Panther and the West Nile Valley segment, right? We get that's where we got pantheon, right? The panther, um, and Catholicism is cat holistics. And the cats around the temple kind of balance the frequency of temples. Like they have monkeys in the jungle temples, and you find in the temple, and you see people putting gifts out for attract monkeys. It's like they do the same thing for the temples that cats did in Egypt. I don't know what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to like or give a review to say that you like what I'm saying either. You can dislike what I'm saying. You can take it or leave it. It's not. I'm not gonna be like you have to like what I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Um, I can get. So in the Western Hemisphere, we have a similar thing going on that we have in the Eastern Hemisphere with a river that floats upstream that is a diagram of a lily pad, as where they have a lotus in the east. The lily is older. It's older. That tell you about the worldwide consciousness grid, where why we bury kings on ley lines. And a lot of these pyramids that are made by men, they're all in an effort to compete and outdo something that was taking place naturalistically. I don't say that you have to believe this at all, but say that it was the reason why we have reflecting pools in West Nile Valley and in Washington, D.C. at the Washington Monument, because the reflecting pool at the Pyramid of Giza was made while it was covered in alabaster and gleaming white to reflect and look like a double executing Herkimer diamond. Floating, suspended, right? And to give you something that where it pertains to a thought that you would understand how they put the capstone on. They put the capstone on last, and it's the heaviest part, right? It's like it's just a feat of saying, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do that? But they couldn't compete with is the smallest pyramid, and something that I think that the Christians understand why they call it the scariest story ever told, right? Is because it's like, can you do this? Can you do that? Like the blocks are not fixed straight and everything. They're all jagged and everything, but the the micron distance between them, it's hermetic, which where you get hermeticism, like the chthonic host could be a double executing Herkimer diamond, right? And but the thing is, right? If it was like this is where it gets wild, right? This is where I'd make it into a horror, like H.P. Lovecraft, right? Don't believe me, okay? Um, what if art imitating life or life imitating art? Those jagged blocks, right? Was a a springboard, because like that was left by carbon becoming what crystallized. The crystallization is where you get the crystals. Uh, and what am I trying to say? A sandstone is a crystal. Anything form that is that translates uh, a structure like the it's like the that translates the contextual basis of structure is crystal. The fact that gold wire is a crystal and silver wire is not a crystal has to do with how the strings of the wire was formed. Like in silver, the ions pulled together from all around. In gold, it just pushes up. So it's a crystal. So there was something that I was on the tip of my tongue. I don't know like how to, because um now while this is like a speculation, and I think it's wackadoodle, right? I think it's the sandstone that does that. You know what I'm saying? The pyramids were built after the fall of man to mimic or something, right? That that right before Chris, like, cause carbon is changing. Carbon is changing. We use it to make records, to listen to the sound that comes off of it, frequency rich, uh, the frequency rich. But anyways, uh, what's it called? 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons is muted. Like it's what's it called? It's a non-existent entity. Like 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 5 electrons is crystal. Just like you have rust on the periodic table, right? Um, it's crystal. So, like, to even out to one more, you don't have to congregate. People ask if Satan loves his congregation, right? Or some initiate at some point, if they were initiated into set Typhon, right? They would be like, does Satan love his congregation, even if he's a piece of turd, right? Um, Satan doesn't have to congregate, so you know what I'm saying. That would drive the little ass nuts, you know, running all, you know what I'm saying. Why is the fucking the Da Vinci Code and Opus Dei and all that shit? Like, they're trying to work this shit out. They're trying to figure this shit out, and the key is probably not to know it. Reveal all you know, because it still could be a plant that exists that you know about, grows on a hill, that's part of a recipe that when you concoct it like a concoction, you and it's a cure for grandma, whether or not she sent you out to get it because she knows what it is and you don't know what it is, you still know where it grows. If it doesn't kill grandma, you still know where it grows. You still know where it exists, where it is. Yeah. You don't need to know everything right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're the chosen one. No, and it, all right, so, I'm getting missy. I'm going to turn this shit off.